Multiple means many, sclerosis means scars on the neurological and spinal messaging system. This is an example of what happens to the sheath messaging in a brain, because the scarring breaks up your messaging. It's no longer held, and those messages get interrupted.
This represents like the myelin sheath in someone's brain stem or spinal cord. And so MS really is a challenge when there's this scarring on the myelin. That's what causes people not be able to walk well and have messaging issues from their brain to their body functioning parts of their body. That's why you always say it's interesting that we're involved in endurance sports and events, because MS stops people from moving, and we certainly promote movement in all these things that we do. And really the unique part of TriFest, there's people there that have this disease that we'll do a triathlon where conventional wisdom tells you that you shouldn't be able to do these things. So regardless of what spectrum you are on MS, Triathlon or TriFest really celebrates people with MS completing a triathlon when probably a lot of times their body is telling them they shouldn't be doing it, and they're out there competing and finishing and crossing the finish line just like you did.
At 34 years old, Joe Rampy was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. Joe has always been an athlete and has never let her diagnosis define her. Instead, while in remission, she completed her first triathlon, which sparked the creation of the Rampy MS Research Foundation and inspired a movement.
My triathlon was not a finish line that day, but a starting line to begin the Rampy Multiple Sclerosis Research Foundation, as we did.
I usually say I'm Joe Rampy's husband. That's how people introduce me.
No, please. It's different.
But I'm Scott Rampy, the president of the Rampy MS Research Foundation.
Hi, I'm Joe Rampy, CEO, Chief Encouraging Officer for the Rampy MS Research Foundation.
So we've been talking about starting a foundation in our time. We were grassroots fundraisers for the National MS Society for years. And we'd always talked about, we're going to start our own foundation someday. So Alex kind of took this opportunity to say, this is your launching pad. You guys need to get started here. So she raised the seed money. So when Joe crossed the finish line, we presented her a check for $1,000, which was kind of just the seed money to start the foundation. And it takes a lot more money than $1,000 to start a foundation, but that was the start. And the guys, buddies of mine that were behind the scenes putting all this together that day, were like, man, if we can do this in a matter of weeks, what can we do if we plan something for a year? And that was really the kickoff of the first annual TriFest in 2012. Was after her event, we started planning for a year for the first annual one. And it just took off from there. And I don't think any of us had any idea that it would grow to the level it's grown.
It's a fantastic race. It's well run. Everything about it is top notch, and it's our family vacation. So we come here every year and we have a big family vacation.
This is my first TriFest, and it's been such a fun weekend. Just being able to share the race course with all the same people over the course of the last couple days. I feel like I do know everyone now.
The race started here with the little guys at 6 and the older kids at 6:30. So is this a face of calm? It's trying to be a face of calm.
It's a face of calm. Why did you decide to be an encourager today?
I just think it's a neat organization, and I participated in the sprint yesterday and just wanted to kind of support these athletes that are doing double what I did yesterday. I think it's just amazing.
I'm the coordinator of the hydration station on the run, and so just making sure that we've got plenty of water, plenty of Gatorade for those Olympics, triathletes. So.
I mean, most triathlons you go to, it's out in the middle of a lake somewhere, very remote, not as many spectators. Our race is unique because it's in an urban setting, right in town, and it has so many moving parts. There's just so many divisions of competition, because not only do you have the triathlons going on, you have this Tri-Club Championship, you have these para-athletes that a lot of them actually have MS. We have kids racing, we have corporate teams racing. There's 3 race divisions. We've had beginners to professional athletes come and do this race, and they're like, I've traveled all over the world, I've done these races all over the country. Nobody supports us and yells for us and screams for us like they do at TriFest. So that's why people come back. And non-Ironman festival, it's probably one of the top 5 in the country. Triathlon magazine has recognized it as a must-do race, and their editor came out last year and said that. You can't get a better endorsement than
we're doing
that.
good
So
work.
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But the community of Bentonville is amazing. I think this event would be what it is today without this Bentonville community, because it's just, they love on us so well. Just the city supports us every year. The corporate community supports us every year with sponsorship. Our model is we really try to raise enough money to underwrite the cost of putting on the triathlon. It's very expensive to put on the triathlon this size.
Those triathletes that register are change makers. They come, they bring their funds, they race. They're changing multiple sclerosis. We have research doctors that are changing multiple sclerosis. They're finding a cure. They're gonna treat the sheath in that brain that isn't working any longer, and they're going to cure it. They're going to heal that.
A few years ago, Dr. Archer said, Scott, he said, I can't tell you how inspired we are as researchers to come here and see the energy of this and all the money that's raised. So he said, so we go back to our lab with really a lot of enthusiasm to get in there and try to figure out this disease. And we always say that, TriFest ends and everybody crosses their finish line and they go home. The research doctors, they haven't seen their finish line yet, so they're still working towards a cure.
I consider myself an athlete. That's what brought me to want to do that triathlon, because I'm an athlete, I'm in remission. What opportunity is coming my way? I'm going to do a triathlon with the help of people that showed up that day. I just can't say no. I dare to try.